You're listening to Catholic Chicago. Ahead, the Archdiocese of Chicago brings you programs about the people, events, and issues that touch our lives. Welcome to Catholic Chicago.
Good morning. Welcome to Catholic Chicago on WNDZ 750 AM 312-255-8408, 312-255-8408. You can also get us at youtube.com/Catholic Chicago on this beautiful Monday morning in Chicago. Father Greg Sackowitz, the rector of the cathedral in Chicago, and co-host Mark Teresi, the former executive director, but now assistant to me in different projects for the cathedral. Good morning, Mark. How was your weekend?
It was very good, very good.
Tell us about yesterday.
Yesterday,
at the 12:30 Mass.
At Holy Name Cathedral, we had received from a donor couple a new Model B Steinway piano for our liturgies. And
in the cathedral.
After communion, we didn't dedicate it yet, but after communion, it was the first time we were using it, and Greg graciously agreed that I could sing the Ave Maria with
David
piano.
Jonas, our music director.
He was wonderful.
Playing beautifully on this beautiful Model B Steinway piano. Gorgeous.
And then what does Greg say? And he's going to release his 3 albums soon.
I'd like to sing a song from my 3rd album. But Mark did a beautiful rendition of Ave Maria, accompanied by David. The people exploded with applaud, and the sound of the beautiful piano just filled the cathedral. And that piano, they say, can last 100 years.
Oh, yeah, sure.
It's a beautiful, beautiful piano. And so to our donor family from the cathedral who've been active for over 50 years, I want to say thank you very much. It was I was mesmerized in just listening to the beautiful piano and Mark singing the Ave Maria. I wish they'd gone on for a second verse where they stopped after one, but Ave Maria is such a beautiful song.
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting because it's situated, so behind us is the Mary statue that they found. The original Mary statue was rededicated through some donors, and she's stunning. And so to be in that space, what an honor. I said to my wife, how many people in their life would have that honor, to be able to sing to Mary in our cathedral.
And Mark has a beautiful singing voice. I've known his voice for over 50 years in song. And David is beautiful on the piano. And we have a great program lined up today, 312-255-8408. We have, back by popular demand, Vicki Quade.
Is it popular demand?
Yes.
Author, the writer, founder of Late Night Catechism, and so much more. Mm-hmm. But today we have a special rendition of Are You Smarter Than Your 8th Grade Nun? And Vicki, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you? I just love the fact that they found this Mary statue.
Yeah, how about it?
Where did they find it?
It was in the basement of a church on the south side.
We think it came originally to the cathedral in the 1890s,
Wow.
I mean, before the turn of the century. And then in 1968, with the renovation happening for the whole new sanctuary area, it was removed. And it was given to a parish on the south side, and then.
Didn't they find it in the basement of the school?
Yeah, probably just put it into storage.
Exactly. So what they did is the parish did not put it in the sanctuary; they put it in the basement closet in school, and then from Regali Studios, someone had gone through an album in their studios and recognized that statue as belonging to the cathedral from years ago.
Wow.
So they were able to remove it. It was very big
And it had the
heavy.
ID number on it, so
And the
they
ID
could
number.
track it in
So
there.
they knew it was real.
It was the real thing, and this gorgeous, rare
Wow.
marble from Italy. And then they cleaned it up, worked on it. It was dedicated through a family, the Tamari family from the cathedral, about 3 years ago, right before the pandemic.
Right.
And so it sits in our sanctuary, but it's about about 5 feet tall, 4 or 5 feet. It's
Oh,
huge.
even, yeah.
It's big and beautiful dedication to Mary. So it was just a gorgeous liturgy. But with our program today, Vicki, we're going to
He's
do
avoiding
That's right.
starting because
Yes.
he's not sure he's
All
going
right,
to get
well,
it.
we're
and
gonna
he's
get
crushed.
well now.
Started. All right.
Now tee this up in terms
Okay,
of
I'll explain it.
explain the whole thing, and also
Okay.
when was this? When did you create this program?
So the name of this show is called "Are You Smarter Than Your Eighth Grade Nun?" And during the pandemic, we were all just at home, right, protecting ourselves, and I was getting more and more bored. And I started watching the Game Show Network,
Oh, yeah.
and I said to myself, I could create a game show. And during the pandemic, that was one of the projects that I worked on. So I created this show during the pandemic, and then we opened it almost exactly a year ago at the Greenhouse Theater Center. And then I made it available for fundraising. So I go to different schools and parishes and events, and we do this show, and it's just hysterical. People love game shows.
Oh, sure.
Oh, they do. They're
You know,
popular.
game
Then do
shows
you
have-
actually, during the performance, you call people out of the audience to
Yes.
come forward?
Right.
And is it pitting 2 or 3 people against each other?
So the premise is that I'm the MC, so I'm the
You're the host.
Because it's called "Are You Smarter Than Your Eighth Grade Nun?" I actually bring someone out of the audience who can be the nun, and that person actually spins the wheel.
Nice.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So then they and I give them some fun stuff to do, and they love it. I mean, I've had men and women who raise their hand; they want to be the nun. So it's always a lot of fun. And then I bring up 2 contestants. They compete first round. The winner then waits. The, let's say, loser has to wear an "I have disappointed Jesus" sign. I did bring one here. And then we bring 2 more. And those next 2 people, they compete. And then we have a winner and a loser, right? And then the 2 winners are the final. But the 2 losers get to be the phone a friend. So,
Oh, okay. So you added that in.
so I
yeah.
added that in. So if you are a contestant of the 2 winners and the question's a little more difficult, you can turn to one of them and say, can you help me out?
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, before we start, that sounds like a lot of fun. Why don't you let people know right now how they might acquire this, and then we'll play some
Back
of
in
the
their
games.
parish.
Oh, sure, absolutely. If somebody would like to have a performance, they can call my office. My office is Nuns for Fun Entertainment, and the website, we'll give that first, is nunsforfun.com. So it's NUNS, the number 4, fun.
Oh, no, we're 4. Okay.
So
.com.
NUNS, the number 4, fun, FUN.
Oh, there it is.
.com.
.com.
And what would be the phone number? The digits?
773-388-0730.
That number once again, Vicki.
773-388-0730.
And they can do a booking now for the fall, for the winter,
Yeah,
for any
well,
time.
I'm booking now for the fall and into 2024 already.
But also now beyond Are You Smarter Than Your Eighth Grade Nun, you have, of course, Late Night Catechism, and that's performing now where?
At the Greenhouse Theater Center.
For how many years now? For
It's
how
in
long?
its 30th year.
30th
30
year.
years. Isn't that amazing?
Oh, my gosh. Now,
Yeah.
you've actually written and created how many plays? Or
Well, religious plays, I've done about 14. And I've got 5, 6 bingo shows. So I've got Bible Bingo, which I just booked to go to one of the small theaters out in the suburbs. I've got Christmas Bingo. For Easter, I've got Easter Bunny Bingo. For Halloween, I've got Holy Ghost Bingo. I have a show called Convent Bingo, Give the Nuns a Chance, which is so much fun. I've got Movie Bingo, so we do all these things on movies. And then I have this, Are You Smarter Than Your Eighth Grade Nun, Late Night Catechism, and then Put the Nuns in Charge, which is sort of a sequel to Late Night Catechism, and which I just did in Indiana a few weeks ago.
Now, for our listeners, if you are listening on radio on WNDZ 750 AM, if you'd like to flip to youtube.com/CatholicChicago, youtube.com/CatholicChicago, you can actually see us, especially Vicki, who has this beautiful board, just like a regular TV game show, that she's going to spin with the questions. So it's one thing to hear it on radio,
Right.
but if you can see it visually on the YouTube, again, youtube.com/CatholicChicago. And our phone number, in fact, Mark and I may need some help on some of these questions, 312-255-8408, 312-255-8408. Write it down. And so, Vicki, we're going to let you you take over, sister.
Well, I always try to learn a little something about the contestants. So I just want to know, did you actually, we'll start with you, Father Greg. Did you attend Catholic schools?
Went to Mary Seat of Wisdom Grammar School, entered grade 1 through 8th grade, graduated class of 67, then on to Notre Dame College Prep in Niles, class of 71 from high school.
So you should know the answers to all of these.
Any sports?
And Mark, what about you?
Kindergarten through 8th grade, St. Clement's.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Our little kindergarten was the coach house behind the parish. That's how old I am. Quigley here, Quigley North it was at that point for 4 years. Niles College, which is Catholic seminary. And then Loyola twice for 2 graduate degrees. So
Nice.
Catholic all the way through.
So again,
And Mark and I met at Niles College when
Right.
I was from Notre Dame College Prep. Then I entered the seminary at 18. When I was a junior at Niles College, so I'm 20, Mark was a freshman at Niles College Seminary. So we've known each other now. Mark, we go back next month, 50 years.
Don't forget Notre Dame for you, too.
You
were a
were at Notre
dormer.
Dame. Yes, I was a dormer for a master's in liturgy
Excellent.
later on.
Okay, so now here's what we're going to do. I'm going to ask Father Greg the first question. I'm going to spin this wheel.
When do I get to do this?
But wait,
Well, we're gonna
wait,
explain that. Hold
well,
on,
we got
hold on.
I get to do this now.
So I'm going to ask. I'm spin this wheel. Let's just see it. Lands,
Let's do a test run.
Oh, it landed on sister. Sister means I get to ask questions that were developed from information that I've talked to nuns about. So if you get a sister, I get to ask a sister question. Otherwise, I'll spin it and let's see. Did that land on history?
Oh, he's
Well,
good
we can
at
start
that.
with history. All right, we'll start with history then. Now, let's say that Father Greg, he can't answer it. He doesn't know. If you know the answer, ring that bell.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead and hit it, Mark. And what if he's wrong?
Well, it's okay. We don't take points away. It isn't like purgatory.
It's not,
It's
it's not a venial sin to
That's
get
right.
it wrong.
You don't have to serve
Not-
time or anything.
Not
you
that
know?
not that I'm competitive.
That's right. Okay, here's a history question. And it just happens to be a religious one. I didn't plan it that way. So, Father Greg, where was the first Catholic church built in America?
I want to say Florida.
So close.
Wasn't St. Augustine's?
So close. No. Keep going a little south. We'll give you some hints.
Go south.
South of Florida.
One of Cuba.
Again, so close. What's near Cuba? What might be, well, I'll just say what's in Puerto Rico.
Oh, Puerto Rico. What's a country? It's
Come on. It's the Cathedral of... No, what is it? Go ahead, Mark.
It's not Guadalupe, is it?
Oh, so close. No, but Guadalupe is
It's near somewhere.
there. I believe it's in Mexico. It's the Cathedral of, what's the capital of Puerto Rico?
San Juan.
San Juan, thank you. My goodness, that took a while.
This is going to be a tough show.
That's okay. No.
Are we
just,
done?
We should-
It just
Are
so
we done?
happened. But see how it works? You know, I
should-
give you hints.
We should bring
We'll
Michael
get
May
you.
in, our
Michael-
producer, on this, because I think he knows all the answers.
All right, this is for you,
Remember,
Mark.
folks, it's 312-255-8408.
you
You
get.
can get all the help you can
A
get.
sister question.
I get sister.
Okay. Now this is for Mark, right?
This is for Mark. Now, I love these questions. I really do. Now, and here's the thing. I'm going to give you 4 options.
Oh, good.
Only one is correct.
Okay,
well,
good.
I wish I had an option.
Well, I helped you.
You did.
Well, it's true. Yeah.
She practically put it on your forehead.
I did.
Well, it didn't help you much.
I know.
Come on, you're knocking me off.
He is competitive.
He is competitive. That's right. I know he keeps moving that bell closer to him. Okay, what was the first soft drink in space? Was it?
Tang.
Hold on. I have to give you the four
I'm
options.
sorry. Okay.
That's all right. Coca-Cola, Tang, Pepsi, or ginger ale?
Tang.
Was it? I don't know.
What were the
You
four
think
choices again?
that, but
What were the four choices again? Pepsi?
okay. Coca-Cola, Tang, Pepsi, or ginger ale? First soft drink in space.
Coca-Cola.
It was Coca-Cola. Very good. Excellent. Father Greg, you stole that point.
Who is validating these
All right.
questions?
I'm going to, and I'll tell you why.
I honestly, I thought it was Tang.
Yeah, that
No,
is
no,
too.
we think that because remember that was such a big thing?
Yeah.
Because the astronauts had Tang in space and then it was available at the store. And it tasted like terrible.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
watery, orange flavored.
So it was?
Nothing.
What a lucky guess on my part.
No,
Mark.
no, but I'll tell you why. So NASA was approached by the Coca-Cola company. And they gave money. They
they
were willing
sponsored them.
to sponsor to have a commercial created, so the astronauts would drink Coca-Cola in space. But before NASA agreed to do that, they had to test it to be sure that the astronauts could stomach the Coca-Cola. It turned out they couldn't. When they did a test, the bubbles, the fizz,
Carbonation?
the
It'd be
carbonation
too much in their
it was too
system.
much. So what they had to do is they had to take out all the carbonation, and you can find that commercial, and there are the astronauts drinking Coke in space, and it was just warm, flat Coke.
Interesting.
So it really was Tang. So I was correct.
It was not
Nice
Tang.
try.
It was Coca-Cola.
Wrong color.
That's right. But no, Father Greg, excellent. Even if it was a guess, you got it.
Now it's his turn.
All right. So what do we have here? Oh, it's a sister question. We'll go one over. What is? Oh, it's history again.
You're good at that.
Okay.
Yeah,
all
not
right.
the first time.
All right, here you go. Here's a good one. The unicorn is the national animal of which country?
Unicorn. Country.
Well, all those years of Catholic education.
Ireland?
So close. What's near Ireland, Mark?
England?
What else is
Wales?
What else?
Scotland?
Scotland. That's right, Mark.
Nice try. You didn't hit your buzzer. He doesn't get that point.
Finally, Mark
He
got
didn't-
got half a point.
He didn't hit it. He's disqualified on that round. I still lead 1-0.
It's just half. No, you've got two already.
No, I think
You had
one.
one.
No, you have two.
Coca-Cola.
Oh,
No,
that's it.
and-
Yeah,
and
and your first one.
The first one.
Well, okay, good.
You'll take
The
it.
San Juan. No, we'll
Oh,
give
I'll
it to
take
you.
it. Good. Okay, good. 2-0.
We'll give it. Yeah.
Oh,
'cause,
what a-
you know,
That's
because
a stretch.
I
because
like-
I'm feeling generous.
I like
well,
I like this judge.
I'd say you got 1.3.
I think we could give poor Mark a
I think
point.
it's Mark's turn.
My
Okay,
turn.
Mark, here you go. Let's see what we have here. Ooh, geography.
Oh,
I
boy.
like geography. I was
Look at
always good at that.
Mark's rolling his eyes.
San Juan?
Detroit.
Now, if you don't get this, Mark,
Uh-oh.
okay,
That makes it even worse, Mark. I know the
no.
feeling.
this is the easiest question
You know,
in
Mark, this
geography.
is one of the hardest radio programs we've ever done.
This is the easiest question. And this is for you, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
But, Father Greg, if you can steal it, what is the smallest country in the world?
Vatican City.
Exactly.
Yay.
See?
That's very
Yes.
good.
It's less than 2/10 of a square mile.
Is
Did
it
you know
that
that?
small?
It's that small.
Less than 2/10 of a square mile.
I'm not making stuff up here, you know.
I would have what? I would have gotten that one wrong.
Would you?
Would you? What
I'd
would you have
think about
guessed?
that.
What would you have said?
I'm not sure.
I don't know why I knew
Maybe I
that.
think of Vatican City. Vatican.
Yeah, sure.
Vatican Town
That's easy.
Country.
All right, let's see. For you, Father Greg. Religion.
Religion,
All right,
all
come
right.
on now. You should
Jeez.
get this. Okay. What? I'll give you 4 possible
Oh,
answers.
good.
Okay.
Good.
Only one is correct.
All right.
What did Adam and Eve wear when they were banished from the Garden of Eden? Was it fig leaves, palm branches, animal skins, or a bikini and Speedo?
Fig leaves.
Do you think that's correct?
No.
What do you think? Mark.
palm things.
Is it really? Is that going to keep you warm when you're out in the middle of the?
Where are they?
They're being banished from the Garden of Eden.
But it's a tropical climate, isn't it?
It couldn't be the skins.
We both say skins. Do we both get a point then?
You both split 1 point
Okay.
then. It is animal skins.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, God gave them animal skins to keep them warm.
Well,
Now,
I think while they're in the garden,
They're leaving.
in the garden, they
in the-
didn't need anything
Well, that's
until
right, until it got banished.
they
Let's
started
move
to
on.
be painted.
Let's move on.
You know why you said fig leaves? Because that's the image we all
sure.
have.
Oh, sure.
But you know, those artists, they didn't. The early artists, the wonderful, fabulous artists, painted the human body in all of its glory.
Right.
It wasn't until the Vatican got involved and said, "Wait a minute, we need to cover those bits," and so they hired.
Cover those bits.
They
I-
hired people to put fig leaves on.
I said palms because they could fan them out.
Still not going to keep you very warm. So
Yeah,
we
Mark-
have.
Mark and I, are we setting a record for this program?
We have 2.5 points and 1.5 points.
Amy,
All
how
right.
312-255-8408 if you want to give a call, and maybe Vicki will ask you a question.
Or
Take the
they
pressure off of us.
They could be our phone a friend.
Yeah,
They
phone a
could be the
friend.
phone a friend.
If someone just wants to call in,
Absolutely.
312-255-8408 and help be a friend. Be a
Now, what
friend
we
to us.
generally do, what we always do actually, is that we score these by points. So you would actually have 15 points, and you would have 25.
Oh, good.
And the first
Really?
person to get 30 wins that round.
Oh, really?
So we're close.
We're
So
getting
you're
close, yeah.
close.
Now, whose
You're
turn is
close.
it, by the way?
Yours.
It's
Oh,
yours.
okay.
Okay, we're going to spin.
All
Ready?
right. I like your
All
board there,
right.
Vicki.
What is it?
Oh.
Music.
You got to be kidding me. Music.
What? You don't like music?
Why?
He loves music.
You
Jeez.
do.
I'm glad Mark didn't get this. He'd get it right.
Maybe.
No. There's music. I'm looking for a really good one. Oh,
Don't look for an easy one for him.
no. Here's good. We'll do this
Is
one.
it
Okay.
like hard rock?
Classics.
These are songs with countries in the title. So it's there's actually 6 points. If you get all of them, you would actually win this round. Okay. But
Wow.
if you miss any,
It
can
goes to Mark.
you can steal. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Born in the
USA. No, Tay, come on. Hey, it's my turn.
Go ahead.
now
no,
take-
but if you don't know,
I had it right though.
I know you
USA.
had it right.
Now
Okay.
I would take a point off of him.
No.
This is not purgatory.
Yes.
Okay.
Take a point because he cheated.
He did not
Nice
cheat.
going.
He was just excited.
All right.
Back in the
USSR.
excellent, very good. Blank wood. This is a hard one.
Blank wood.
Mark, you might be able to steal
Blank
this.
wood. Blank wood. Blank wood. Blank.
Give you a hint.
Blank
It's a
wood.
Beatles song.
Wait, blank wood.
Mark, it's a Beatles song. Come on. See if you know it.
Let me think here. Blank wood, not balsa. A country.
It's a country. Is involved in this
Right,
title.
a country.
Blank wood.
I don't have the one.
No?
Do you, Mark? Good. I'm
It's
good.
near it's not Finland, but it's
Norway would.
it's
Norwood.
Norwegian.
Oh,
Norway.
Norwegian wood.
Well, that was close. Norway.
Is that a Beatles song?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I know the Beatles songs too. Norwegian wood. Are you familiar with
Yeah.
that, Mark?
No, but I got Norway, so
Well,
it should go to 2.
no.
2 points.
Nice try. Nice try, you cheater.
Surfing
In the USA,
in the USA. That's right. Don't cry for me,
Argentina.
Argentina.
Ooh, I'm
Very
sorry.
good. Very good. And
Mark wanted that one.
I know.
And blank the beautiful.
Blank, the beautiful.
Come on, Mark. You got it. Do it.
America.
It is America the beautiful.
Oh, jeez.
Well, you know
Brother.
what? You're only at like 29 points.
Oh,
So-
you
Oh, I'm
did
right
You're
there.
so close.
I could have won on America.
You could have won.
You didn't
but
win
okay,
yet.
This,
How could
now
I
this
miss
goes
America
to
the Beautiful?
Mark.
How could I miss
Okay,
America
this
the
is
Beautiful?
mine now.
This
Now, I've got
goes to
29, but
Mark.
Mark has what?
I got something on that.
17?
Something like that.
You're
Yes.
you're way
It
behind.
is 17. Okay, you ready? All right, let's see
Whoa.
what we get. Sister.
A sister
we'll do
question.
reading. We'll do reading.
So see
All
if I get like 6 or 8 selections. to,
Well, do you like reading? Do you
I
like to
do.
read?
I do.
You do? Then you should know this.
Uh-oh.
No, it's okay. Oh, and of course, Father Greg, you can steal, and then you would win if you stole and answered correctly.
Good.
Okay.
And we're just about due for
And
a
that's
break.
and
so-
that'll be the first round, and then we can,
Okay.
we can come back. We can do a second round if you want.
Oh, sure.
More purgatory.
Especially if I lose, we're going to do a second.
Okay, this is for you though. What is the name of Sherlock Holmes's brother? Is it? I'll give you 4 choices. Is it Moriarty, Mycroft, Mervyn, or Milford? The name of Sherlock Holmes's brother.
How about Sports for 500?
Mm. Could you do the names again?
Moriarty, Mycroft, Mervyn, or Milford?
I'll guess Mycroft.
It is Mycroft.
Oh,
Excellent.
what a lucky guess. Oh, my gosh. Did
that
you
puts
pull
me
that?
at
Did
20
you pull that out of your ear?
Is that 29 now?
It's so close. It's, yeah.
Wow.
I do think
What
Father
a
Greg will
guess.
probably,
Go ahead.
but he
I was
may
going to
not.
guess Moriarty.
Oh no, he's the villain.
Oh, that's right.
He's the
Oh,
villain.
that's right. Like you know. That's right.
Okay, now we'll do this again. We'll see if Father Greg can win geography. Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, okay.
A clue.
Now this question's going to surprise you.
Okay.
All right, and
They'll all be surprises.
if Father Greg doesn't get it, I'm telling you, Mark,
Okay.
he might be able to
And this
steal
is,
it.
this is for the winner, right?
This is for
For
because
you,
me.
not for me.
Well, you got about 25.
yeah. So,
Yeah, so
go
it
ahead.
could be the win.
Okay.
All right. Okay, I'm going to give you 4 choices. Only one is correct.
What category is this now?
This is geography.
Okay, good. All right.
Okay. Which city consumes the most hot dogs? Now, let me give you the 4 choices. Which city consumes the most hot dogs?
Okay.
Is it Baltimore, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, or New York? You'll notice that Chicago's not on that list, but it actually comes in later. But we'll do just the one. This is the number 1 city that consumes the most hot dogs. Baltimore, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, New York.
You know, logically, you'd want to say New York, but I'm going to say Philadelphia.
Could you steal it, Mark? What do you think?
I'll go with his first answer, New York.
He said New York, and that's not
No.
right.
Oh, no, I said Philadelphia.
No, he
Oh,
said
it's
Philadelphia.
Well, that's not right either.
We're down to
Now
2.
you're down to 2. It's Los Angeles
Well-
or Baltimore.
Los Angeles.
It is Los Angeles.
Wow.
Very good.
Big deal. 1 out of 3.
No.
1 out of 2.
Well,
We blew the
Did
first.
he win?
he does win.
Okay,
But
WN.
I'll explain. L.A. consumes 30 million pounds of hot dogs a year.
Because there are more people, probably. No, there aren't more than New York.
That more than
Now
New
that's
York.
interesting.
Second is New York. Second, New York. Dallas comes in third.
Where does Chicago come in?
4th.
Chicago is 4th.
But don't forget when they count those, a lot of it is tourism, and tourists come here. They also eat pizza, and they also
Yeah.
eat beef. Our wonderful beef. So
Let me ask you this question. How'd you come up with these questions?
lots of research, lots of reading, and seeing something and going, oh, that might make a good question, and then just making
It's
note of
fascinating.
it.
Things we take for granted that you think you know and you don't.
Right.
And so thanks for embarrassing us, Vicki. It's the last
No,
time
no,
you'll
no,
be on
you
this
won.
program.
Yeah. Here we go.
I
WNDZ.
think we tied. We tied.
No, we didn't. WNDZ 750 AM, Catholic Chicago 312-255-8408. We're going to continue with Spin to Win. So if you want to be a phone-a-friend for us, 312-255-8408. You can go to youtube.com/Catholic Chicago. We'll be back with Vicki in a few minutes. Please stay tuned.
This was fun.
It is fun, isn't it? And it's just so
Great.
much fun.
Community is core to Catholic Charity's founding mission. For more than 100 years, we have met people and families where they are, serving anyone in need, regardless of their faith, gender, race, or ethnicity. As our world absorbs the economic, political, and social aftershocks of the pandemic, 50% or more of the 6 million people living in Cook and Lake counties have little or no savings. They are a paycheck away from zero. We are deeply grateful to everyone in the Catholic Charities community who partners with us to alleviate the suffering of the people we serve and offer them a better path forward. We are witnessing a message of mercy and hope to a world very much in need. Learn more at CatholicCharities.net.
The cemetery ministry is a core ministry of our Catholic faith tied to the corporal works of mercy. It's comforting to know that our Catholic cemeteries are caring for the remains of our loved ones awaiting the resurrection. There are 44 Archdiocese of Chicago Catholic cemeteries willing to help you in your time of loss. Call 708-449-6100 or visit CatholicCemeteriesChicago.org. Catholic Cemeteries, serving the Catholic community since 1837.
You're listening to Catholic Chicago. Ahead, the Archdiocese of Chicago brings you programs about the people, events, and issues that touch our lives. Thanks for letting us be part of your morning. Now again, Catholic Chicago.
It's all yours, Mark. Take it back. We're back. We're back.
We're back.
Mm-hmm.
WNDZ 750 AM Catholic Chicago. Vicki, off line, you were talking about a funny instance. What funny instances besides Greg and our funny instances here?
Oh no, I've had wonderful. I was telling you about there was a man who was really retirement age, and his family kind of pushed him, get up there, you're really good at this. And then there was a boy, and the boy had to be 10, maybe 12 years old, and that kid really knew his stuff. But the play between them was wonderful. The man saying things like, well, I've got a little more experience, and the boy going, yeah, I got the youth, I'm still in school. And it was just wonderful to see them,
Good bantering.
two strangers, bantering and having a really great time.
What's really neat is that you're getting people totally involved, and even
Yes.
the audience,
Yeah.
they're trying to guess the answers to the
Right.
questions, and it's what you've done here, Vicki, is so true to life to a game show on television.
Right.
It replicates it beautifully. And by the way, you are a great host where you banter so well with us.
Yeah.
And you say the whole program takes about an hour and a half, the whole show.
The whole show is about an hour and a half.
Now, again, if somebody would like to book you for this, Are You Smarter Than Your 8th Grade Nun, a phone number and the website.
Well, they can call my office, which is 773-388-0730.
That number once again.
773-388-0730.
And the web.
Well, they can, instead of going to the web, they should probably email, which is info@nuns4fun.com. So it's info@nuns4fun.com.
Okay, terrific. And how about this? Spin it one more time, one more question, and whoever hits the buzzer first gets to answer.
Okay.
But
yeah.
I just wanted to say, too, when you look at Catholic programming, radio and or TV, there's nothing like this.
No.
Just
And
to
this-
have fun. Just to
Right.
have fun.
That's
And
right.
see, this could be a great television program or continue on YouTube or radio. It's better on TV because somehow seeing the visual
Right.
is better
I think
than
that's
radio.
right.
You just hear the voices, but visual, you get a beautiful board there that you're spinning, your questions, and there's a fun. But you're right, Mark.
And you can learn.
There's nothing, and you can learn
Yeah.
on these
Right.
different topics, but it's learning in a fun way.
Right.
And things we just take for granted, and like San Juan, that answer, didn't know about hot dogs in Los Angeles.
Right.
I was going with the long shot, Philadelphia. I did know Moriarty, though, as the villain.
Yeah, right.
Sure.
So are we doing this round if we know it?
Yeah, I think that's it. So we'll
Okay.
change it
Okay.
up. If you know it, just ring the bell.
Okay.
And the first one to get the three
Okay.
right answers.
Okay, that sounds great.
Three answers.
Sure.
Because
We'll change it up.
'cause I do want to talk a little bit about movies.
About movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
There
But Mark-
has to be, if you hit the bell and you have the wrong answer, though, you have to subtract one.
That's a good idea. I like that.
Okay.
That's very
That
good.
seems really mean.
Wow.
I know.
Okay,
No, Mark?
three.
That's why I'm doing it.
All
Mark
right.
knows he's going to win this one.
All right. The third question is something I've had in my mind. It's going to lead into movies. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. Let's see what we got. We have
History.
and this is for either of you.
Right.
Okay. I'll give you 4 possible choices.
Okay.
All right. Who was the mother of Queen Elizabeth I? Was it Anne Boleyn, Marie Antoinette, Mary Queen of Scots, or Kate Blanchett?
Wow.
Could you repeat the 4?
Repeat the question.
The mother of Queen Elizabeth I.
Mother of Queen. Okay, and the answers would be
Anne Boleyn, Marie Antoinette, Mary Queen of Scots, or Kate Blanchett?
hope it's wrong.
Mary Queen of Scots.
No. Father Greg, can you get it? Anne Boleyn,
Come on, it's a half-hour
Marie
show.
Antoinette. We know it's not Mary Queen of Scots, and Kate Blanchett.
It was the second one.
Let's just say this poor lady really lost her head over this situation. Yes,
Anne
what is it?
Boleyn.
It is Anne Boleyn.
I
Okay,
was going to say that. Darn. I was going to say
I'm
that.
really giving you a lot
You
of
were
hints,
not.
but that's good. Okay, so we got one point. Let's see. We'll do some more now. What do we have? No. That is. Oh, it is arithmetic.
Arithmetic.
Okay, excellent. Here it is. Oh, I love
You
this.
should be good at this.
No, this question is so simple, and yet it makes people think.
Okay.
All right. Whoever gets this, ring it. Okay, now you guys, you're walking on the sidewalk, right?
Right.
You're over on Chestnut. You look down. You see 4 coins, U.S. coins, and you pick them up. The 4 U.S. coins add up. They total 25 cents. What are the denominations?
3 nickels and a dime.
That's right. But a lot of people have
Jeez.
trouble. Father Greg.
Were you going to say that? Oh, another one. I was going to say that. Yeah, right.
People really think about that. I've
Yeah.
had people say, pennies? No, it's 4 coins. And they'll say, well, there's a quarter. No, they total 25 cents.
Okay, smarty pants.
So
Let's
what
go
is
to
it?
the
Okay,
next
Mark.
question. That
All
was
right,
very
last
good.
one.
Mark was very good.
I like
That was very
now
good.
Mark, Mark is happy.
I like kept 200 points.
Okay, we'll do one more, and then we're going to do
Okay.
the question that I have.
Okay.
Oh, this is religion.
Religion.
Okay.
This should be you.
All right.
We'll find out.
Let's see. Oh, okay. Which apostle, I'll give you 4 possible choices. Which apostle was in charge of the group's finances?
Okay, smarty
What
pants.
is it, Mark?
What was
God.
the guy? Matthias?
Well, Matthew. Yes, that's right.
No, it's wrong. Matthew. You said
No, that was
Matthias.
his stage name.
And what,
Matthew.
I
and
hit
what
it-
did he do for
I
a
hit
living?
it too.
He was a tax
He
collector.
was a tax collector.
I hit
that's
it
right.
too, but you beat me
No.
by a tenth of a second.
You didn't hit it too.
Hey,
If I beat
Michael,
you.
go to the replay. Go to the replay. I want to see the instant replay on the camera.
All right. Now, this is the last question. Okay.
This is your question,
It's
okay?
my question, and then that'll lead into movies.
Go
okay.
beautiful.
Okay. When I was in school, and perhaps when you guys were in school, when we did a test of all the students, like a drill, not a test, but a drill, that was related to the nuclear bomb. Just in case a nuclear bomb fell on our school, there was something that we were expected to do.
We went in the basement and covered our heads.
That's so close.
Well, we
did something else.
We
were
under
told.
go under the desk.
That's right. That's
And
right,
cover your
Father
head.
Greg.
You didn't ring. It doesn't
Well,
count.
no, it rings.
Too late.
And
Too
what
late.
was that called?
That was
Do you remember?
What was it?
We had to go under the desks, and it was called something.
knock 3 times on the ceiling if you
If you
want
want
me.
Twice on the pipes? No, it was called. I'll give you a hint, and I'll give you half of it.
Aerate shell. Aerate.
I'll give you half of it if you can get the rest.
Okay.
Duck and
roll.
duck
Duck.
and. What am I doing
Cover?
with my cover?
Duck and cover.
Duck and cover.
You did your buzzer. I get it. Cover.
Okay, we're
Duck
We
even.
and
tied.
cover.
Let's
No,
just say we're
Mark-
even.
No.
Let's-
Mark won that round.
Mark
I
did
won the
good.
first round. We tied.
This is it
You
now.
tied.
This is
Okay.
it now.
Well, okay, one more question for the championship.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
for the
for the
championship.
Yes, so this
All
is-
right,
this
all
is
right.
the-
This is
Should
it.
be the
And
championship.
we'll
This
ring
is
the
going to
bell.
be
You have
it.
to ring the bell.
Geography.
Mm,
Do we like
good.
that type of?
He's good at this.
I don't know about
Oh,
that.
this is so simple. All right, if you don't get this, come on.
I'm gonna hide the bell.
I'm going to give you. This is a very easy one. 4 possible choices, but you probably will get it right away.
Shouldn't our hands be on our here? And
All right, okay, you cheater.
Iowa is the U.S. leading producer of what crop?
Potatoes.
No,
Oh, Idaho.
Iowa.
Iowa. Go ahead.
Iowa is the U.S. leading producer of what crop?
Go ahead.
Iowa.
You get
No, you don't get. Oh,
Okay.
you don't.
No, the question you get 4
Tomatoes,
choices. Duh.
tomatoes, potatoes, corn, or rice.
Corn.
It is corn.
Oh,
Wow.
what a stretch.
What a clutch performance. Wow. Under tremendous pressure. Hits the
Exactly.
free throw. You had the wrong state, Idaho.
Idaho.
You didn't,
Idaho. You were not
didn't
thinking.
listen.
I don't have my hearing aids.
No, you didn't listen. Nice going.
Oh my God!
And
See,
I've-
and isn't this fun? I mean, it's
Oh,
such
It
It's
is
a
a
great
lot
fun.
of fun.
I had
Now,
great
how
fun.
about if we spin? Give me a pile.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'll ask you a question, or do you know all
No,
the
no,
answers?
Vicky knows all the answers.
I created all these. No,
No,
no.
let's see if you remember. Let's spin one.
Spin
Go
one.
ahead, spin.
All right, here.
And give
Okay.
me the pile. Don't look.
Reading. Where's the reading pile? Ask a good
Just
one.
do the
Mark.
one on the top. That's easy.
No, you already know
One
the
of
answer.
these.
You already saw it.
I know them all. I wrote them.
Well, okay.
Which literary term means a story illustrating a moral
Allegory.
lesson?
Allegory.
It says parable too.
No, parable is we did that because the answer is here. Give it to me now. I'll
What does
explain it.
sushi mean?
Oh, sushi means it's from fermented. It means it's sour.
Very good.
Yeah.
You
Wow,
win.
You win.
Yeah.
You trumped us all.
Am I glad we weren't against Vicky? Wow.
Sushi means it's sour because it comes from it was created with items that are fermented, fish
Oh,
and things like that.
I'll tell you, Vicky, that what you have created here is an outstanding
It's just fun.
show,
Yeah.
and it's fun.
Yeah.
It does capture your attention
Totally.
on every word because
Yeah.
you want to do the best you can, and also it's very playful, very
Yeah.
play. And Mark and I go back 50 years. We
Oh,
always
yeah.
It was
tease
a
each
lot
other.
of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
You guys are great.
And it was also in the world we live in, you need to laugh, and that is
Oh.
a lot of laughs.
Well, that's
Right.
what I'm saying. Can you think of any religious programming, radio or TV, that has this kind of a
No.
bent?
No,
Mm-hmm.
I actually did a lot of research to see if there was any kind of religious game show.
Well,
I
you,
There's
mean, there
nothing.
might be, but I couldn't
make
find
sure you
it.
copyright this
know.
because someone's going to listen and steal it.
This would be a great television program.
Yeah.
It really would
We
because
should do it here.
yeah, that's
We
true.
we should do it here.
Crack
You
it.
guys have a studio.
Well, maybe we will.
I'll have to talk to
We'll see.
Vince and Michael and Brian and
Greg
Clinton.
will want to be the Pat Sajak of the show.
He's retiring.
Yeah.
I think Mark, you'd be pretty good at this too.
Mark could be the Vanna White.
My,
Behind door number 4. Exactly.
Beautiful.
Well, tell us about movies, Vicky.
Okay,
No,
well,
wait,
I thought that-
Michael, do we need to go to break here, Michael? No. Okay, good. Keep.
Okay.
Okay. What?
I
what?
thought
What
the
are
duck
your?
and cover
Mhm.
was a great intro into Oppenheimer.
Now let our listeners know who may not be aware of it. What is? It just came out. What is Oppenheimer?
Oh, so Oppenheimer is the story of Robert Oppenheimer. It's J. Robert
The
Oppenheimer.
atomic bomb.
He is called the father of the atomic bomb.
Mm-hmm.
So he, and so it's a wonderful biopic, it's directed by Christopher Nolan, and it's set in the Southwest where the bomb was perfected. Let's say, but it doesn't. This does not really come up much in the movie, but. Oppenheimer is it's 3 hours long, but it's a riveting.
Is it really?
Yes, but it goes by. It flicks by.
it's getting a lot of
You know.
great hype.
Oh yeah, and it should. It's
Now,
really wonderful.
was this past weekend the opening?
It was.
and did break. It did very well.
It did not do as well as Barbie, which ended up selling like 150 million. No. We'll talk about Barbie in 2 seconds, but which is really a good movie. But Oppenheimer is the kind of movie. If people are curious how we got into this worldwide this fight that we're constantly in, this battle with Russia and China and everything else, it starts with the fact that we created the bomb here in this country. And a lot of people, and even in Chicago, don't realize that the atomic power started right here in Chicago.
University of Chicago?
University of Chicago with Enrico Fermi. And it was underneath Stagg Field. That
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
That is where they were
Now,
able to harness the power.
Did Oppenheimer live to regret doing the bomb?
Yes, he did. He immediately regretted it. I think that it was one thing to end the war, and I think you can argue that that's what the bomb did. But it also killed how many innocent people?
Always the great moral question is, when the bomb was dropped in August of '45 on Hiroshima, and 3 or 4 days later on Nagasaki,
Right.
the real moral question is, if the bombs are not dropped, the war continues in the
right.
Pacific against the Japanese. And there was a brutal war in which many thousands and thousands of Americans and Japanese would have lost lives. On the other hand, the dropping of the 2 atomic bombs, as you mentioned, thousands and thousands of people lost their lives, and many sick for generations to come because of the fallout. But I thought I'd read somewhere that he did regret
He did.
creating the bomb, and also the gentleman of the plane. I forgot the name of the plane.
It was Fat Boy and
It was
it's Fat Boy and Little something or other.
yeah. The thing is, and some of those pilots did not know what the secret mission was
right.
in going over, but some regretted being part of that mission, which they had no say so in it because they were the I think it was on a B-17 bomber or some big plane, and just to get it over there, and so it really raises some tremendous moral questions. But again, as we pray every day, we pray for an end to war, an end to violence, and my fear. But what I did hear though is from the atomic bomb, a nuclear bomb, they say makes the atomic bomb look like a hand grenade.
Right, exactly.
Now that is scary. To think that
Yes.
a nuclear bomb, one drop,
Right.
would make the A bomb look like a hand grenade. And there's a powerful line that goes from years ago. It says, in case of nuclear war, the living would envy the dead. That's a scary line.
Yeah.
And so it's so that movie, I'm sure that's a movie we should go see. In terms of
Really, I think people should see it. Even though they think, "Oh, I'm not interested in," it's too much of a downer. No. It is an amazing piece of history to look at how this was created and its impact on the man who created it.
wow.
Which is that it destroyed him. I also looked up to see what the papal response was. I believe it's Pius XII who was the Pope at the time. And of course, it was condemned, the fact that they used it to kill people.
Yeah.
And every Pope since has condemned the use of nuclear power
Yeah, and the thought of what's
for war.
capable today, and we always live under the threat of nuclear war. We're like one button away
Right.
from it, and
Right.
that's so scary. Now, flipping to a whole different type of movie, this weekend was also Barbie.
Barbie,
So
that's
explain what is Barbie?
Should I bring my granddaughters?
Oh, well, maybe not. It depends. But let me let's do one little tiny on the duck and cover. They made furniture years ago in those Catholic schools that really could protect you, apparently. Because if the atomic bomb fell on the school, we were supposed to be safe under those desks.
Yeah.
Which, I don't
I don't think so.
I don't think
But
so.
I do remember that in the classroom, we had the fire drill.
Right.
We had walk outside. in case of fire, but
Right.
also the other one, the duck and cover.
Right.
We did, and I had trouble fitting under the desk.
We didn't do the desk, but at St. Clement's, they all brought us into a place called Fireside Hall, which was downstairs. And I think when we were young, we didn't scared the hell out of us.
Oh, I'm sure. You know, my
because-
kids all went to St. Clement's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all three of them.
Oh, wow. What years?
Oh, my goodness. Well, I have to think about that when they graduated.
I taught fifth grade, by the way, at St. Clement's for one year, too.
What year were you there, Mark?
I was there from 1960 to 69.
No, 19.
Kindergarten.
I thought you said teaching.
Oh, teaching, I was there from 77 to 78.
Yeah. I think my son started in 1989.
89, okay.
So I taught my sister in fifth grade. She was in my class.
Did you really?
And I came home for dinner one night with my parents, and she sat next to me and said, "We're getting too much homework." And I said, Mary, I said, "I'm your brother here today." She said, "I'm not talking to Mr. T, my teacher.
Oh.
I'm talking to my brother. We're getting too much homework."
But you know, the thing about St. Clement's, it's such an excellent school. that
Outstanding.
It's really an outstanding school. And it set up my kids to go. They all went to Ignatius. They all tested into Ignatius. And you know, and a lot of people have said to me, "Did you appreciate the Catholic education?" And I said, "Oh my goodness, when my kids were of that age, you couldn't send them to the public schools. There weren't any decent public schools, really, or maybe 2 or 3, but it was hard to get into them. So I was
I
thrilled
think the
to send
Catholic
them.
schools in the Archdiocese, both grammar school and high school, are outstanding.
Outstanding,
Now,
absolutely.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
they are steep priced. There's no question. But then I know many parents sacrifice so much
Yeah.
to give their child not only the education, but the moral development, the faith, the religion. It's the whole package.
Oh, sure.
And which means so much. But again, the cost is, it is costly. You know, try to look for ways for tuition assistance.
Right.
But I'm Mark and I and you, Vicki, we're all
Right.
products of the Catholic school system.
Exactly.
And I had the Sisters of Mercy in grammar school. They were outstanding. I had the Holy Cross Brothers and Priests in high school at Notre Dame. They were terrific. So well, tell us a bit about Barbie.
Okay. So so Barbie it isn't a children's movie. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It is it's the director is Greta Gerwig, who I love. She does really interesting stories that are really about women and women in society, and so Barbie is a story about this Barbie doll who starts to question morality and her own whether she's going to die, and you know, she has all these issues that she suddenly starts to question, and she gets banished from Barbie Land. She gets banished, and she has to come into the real world. And as she comes into the real world, she starts to realize what women are doing in the real world. And it's really an interesting look at Ken and how Ken is this sort of second-class person in the Barbie world. And then now Ken comes with her into the real world and realizes that men actually have a lot of power and sometimes put women down in the real world. And now they're dealing with all of those issues.
So they leave the Barbie world and go into the real world.
Yes.
Without giving the ending away, do they come back to the Barbie world?
Don't give
That would give it away.
Oh, don't give it away. Don't give it away.
I will-
How long is this movie?
Oh, it's only a couple of hours. You know, it's your standard length. The thing is, they both came out on the same day.
Right.
So people like to see both movies. And so my recommendation, and I do think on the same day you could see both movies, but see Barbie first. Because then you walk into Oppenheimer laughing and having a good time and being thoughtful. Otherwise, if you see Oppenheimer first, you'll like sob through half of Barbie.
Now, on the other side of the coin, what new movies or have come out recently would you not recommend?
Oh, not recommend. You know, I just I don't know that I have any that I wouldn't recommend. I did see the Indiana Jones movie.
How was it?
It was way better than I thought it was going to be. But here's the amazing thing: when you see that movie, that's one you could take your grandkids to. The very first 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, they have de-aged him.
Wow.
So they've taken Harrison Ford. I read that they had to do like camera shoots and they de-age him, and it is so well done. It is amazing to think that they can do this now. And I don't know, you've possibly seen that in other movies where they've tried to de-age and it looked weird. You're like, oh God, don't stop doing that. Now it's really well done.
How old is Harrison Ford?
He's 80-something, and he's from Chicago.
81, yeah.
He lived here in Chicago.
In fact, did he go to Northwestern?
Oh, I think he did.
I think he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
but
thing is that
he grew up here.
Weren't you classmates?
No, not quite, Mark. But thank you for asking.
I do have a ruler here if you'd like to use it.
Oh, that's right. Perfect.
so-
Now, the thing is, Indiana Jones, this is like Indiana Jones number what?
Oh, I think
movie
it's
number.
the fifth one, if I'm not
Fifth
mistaken.
one.
And it's the final one for Harrison Ford. He has said that he's not going to make any more.
And the first one came out about how many years ago?
Oh, my goodness. It was a long time ago.
30 years ago?
I would
yeah,
bet.
easily.
I would bet.
Easily, more than that.
What about Mission Impossible? Did you
Mission Impossible is also actually really pretty good.
Really?
I think you'd like it.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, I like those movies,
Yeah, I do too.
and I like watching Tom Cruise in interviews where he's such a daredevil. And whether you agree with his politics or his religion or anything like that, if you're just in for the entertainment, that guy delivers. The movies are always well made.
Tom Cruise. How old is Tom Cruise? About?
He's getting up there.
Isn't he 50-something?
He's in his 50s, yeah. You know.
What about do you have like a favorite movie that you could watch forever? And
Casablanca.
Casablanca.
And
Casablanca is my favorite movie. For a lot of different reasons. I love the story of it. I love the scene where they're singing the Marseillaise, and you just get so caught up in it. I love Humphrey Bogart, who wouldn't? Ingrid Bergman, my goodness. I love.
Now that came out what year, Vicki?
42, I believe.
Wow.
So that came out like 71 years ago?
Yeah. I
Oh
don't
my
know
gosh.
exactly, but I think that's the year of it.
Wow. During the war?
During the war, yeah.
Did you ever walk out of a movie?
Yes,
Like,
I have.
What one?
Oh goodness. There was a movie called The End, and it was with Dom DeLuise, and I think it
Burt
was
Reynolds? No.
Burt Reynolds. I sat through part of it and thought, why am I wasting my time with this movie? I hardly ever get up and walk out, but I did for that one.
Have you ever walked out of a movie, Mark?
No.
I did.
I almost Passion of Christ because I was with our daughter and son, and they were fine. I checked in with them. They were fine. In fact, we went to Mass the next Sunday, and Marty, during the elevation, leaned over to me and said, "I'll never see this the same way again."
Oh, interesting.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
anyway, but go ahead.
Yeah.
What about you?
I walked out of one movie about 20 years ago, and I can't remember the name. But also, Vicki, what was the name of the movie? There's been a lot of World War II movies. But the one that had the first half hour, it was D-Day and the landing, the first half hour.
Saving Private Ryan?
I wasn't saying
No, it wasn't that,
It
but
was
that's
a
a good movie.
tremendous movie where the first half hour, first 25 minutes it starts immediately
It's
as,
right.
as they land on the beach,
Right.
and it's so real.
Yeah, it's
And,
beautifully done.
Oh my gosh, we need to go to a break. Break, it's over. Oh. I can't believe it. So we bring the program
We're
to an
done.
end. I want to thank in a very special way Vicki Quade of Late Night Catechism and Are You Smart in Your 8th Grade? None. Vicki Quade, you've been a tremendous guest. Truly lost track of time. Special thanks to co-host Mark Teresi, and we went to a draw today.
Yeah.
The two of us.
How
Special
about
thanks
Spin
also to Michael May, who was both the producer and the director,
How
and
about
Vicki.
Spin to Win?
And Spin to Win. And God bless.
Info?
Have a great week. Bye bye.
I think we have to go.
Yeah.
Meant to go.
Okay.
Bye bye. Oh, that was
Track-
fun.